think in a perfect world, the editor hops into that edit
Yeah.
bay.
I
we
can
give
have
that or
you-
a
Takes
finish
the line
suite,
cut,
or-
does the finishing.
Yeah, you can, is that not working?
Let me know if it just.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
just sent it.
Yeah, I'm starting to see it. Yeah, you're good.
Cool.
The other thing, like, since you're using Movie Recorder, which is really cool, we could do, like, that's a growing file. Like, we could have them start working on the project immediately. Like, we'll just
Yeah.
bring the growing file in, and they could start working in Premiere while the show is going.
That's interesting. I mean, that,
So-
that requires another body. You know what I mean? Like
Sure.
that's,
And I can't do that over Lucid, but I can do that on-prem here.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Are those pod producers cutting audio and they're just like learning to cut video? Is that the?
Yeah, they're Pro Tools people.
Got it.
And I get it. I mean, I've heard a few pod producers say to me like, well, like if you're gonna make me do video now, like am I gonna get paid more? And it's like, listen, like do you think that we're getting paid more once like we started making podcasts? Like no, it's not.
Right. The flip side of that is
Get great skill.
Yeah.
if there's less audio to edit, you're going to get paid a lot less.
Yeah. Also
in
true.
in a short timeline. So
Yeah.
there is that.
Operationally, it's sort of like
It sounds
in
very
my
cool, I'm seeing graphics
purview,
play.
but
very
Cool.
familiar problems.
I think in general we
Sorry.
are trying to like standardize this.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, program stuff.
Sorry, I'm like
the
a.
idea that like every show has a different workflow is like
Right.
kind of mind-boggling.
Dude, it's yes. But your biggest competitors are mostly video, right? Like Barstool is like a lot of video.
Yeah.
So
And like
people want it.
all those, I mean, a lot of our competitors work off the same model, which is like it's just one person doing audio,
Right.
video,
Right.
content,
Right.
clipping off social stuff, and like
Yeah.
in a perfect world we could just do that, but we have like 50, 60 shows now, and so we just logistically can't have
No
one person
bandwidth, yeah.
assigned to every show.
Yeah.
It's
There aren't 50 one-man bands.
yeah. But again, I think that's the direction everything's moving, and like when we do interviews for staff openings, like kids that are coming out of college now kind of can
Sure.
do it all. It's like audio, video,
Yeah.
little After
Yeah.
Effects. Like it's just I think like the expectation now is you
Are a lot of your shows mixed live, or are they like after the fact? You have like multiple, like you're doing the recording multiple cameras and then doing the like a multicam mix, and then
you mean for video or for audio?
for video.
So for video, anything that's shot in here, now that we have the ability to do like a live line cut, like Chang's show that we shot today, like Victoria, our editor's just gonna take that one file, that
That's
one
fantastic.
line cut,
And then you just add some
and she
Oh,
graphics.
has-
you're doing line cuts now?
Yeah, and she
Oh.
has the other files, like if.
We do that for everything.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And that's
I
again,
love
it
it,
takes,
dude.
but
I
it
didn't
takes
know.
a lot
I'm so
more.
excited, dude.
That's the
That's
problem, yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And we're trying. We're trying to do that for Bill's office too eventually.
Cool.
Because it's gonna cut down so much time. in
Dude,
post.
it's so
So we're
much
also
fun.
doing audio mixing in Premiere. So like the same Waves plugins and like audio sweetening tools that the pod team's using in Pro Tools,
Yep.
like those all work in Premiere.
Yeah.
I have a full edit station, a full room you could totally use,
Yeah.
and it's much faster than Lucid. So
Yeah.
you let me know. I'd like to see
I
bodies
think-
in there.
Yeah. T Cruise. Do you just call her T? Is that-
T Cruise is
T Crew.
T
Everybody,
Cruise is
yes.
Yeah, she was saying the same thing. She's like, we have all these stations that no one's using right now.
Yeah.
And her team will not come in. So like they're happy not to use those machines. They just will not come in.
Yeah. I mean, that's like the remote thing is a headache for the Ringer as well. It's just like, because a lot of people left LA during the pandemic,
Yeah.
and understandably so, either for family or to go live in a cheaper part of the country or whatever. But now, the end result is this, where it's like
Right.
pulling in remote sources for all these shows and like.
Yeah, it's a tough. I mean, yeah, when you set the expectation that it's a work from anywhere company, like we run into the same thing. Like the studios, why aren't the studios busy? It's like because nobody lives here anymore.
Yeah. And then the crux of it, they're like bring down costs, and like, well, it's more expensive when you
Right.
introduce this, this
Yeah.
anywhere mentality.
Yeah. I mean, I took advantage of it. So.
I know, but I'm saying, I don't know. It works for some people. Like, I feel like they would say, like, unless your job requires you. Because, like, if you're in HR or if you're, like, doing some finance or whatever.
Oh,
like,
they did, and it was a big argument of, because in that wording was like, if you need access to the studios, you're not eligible.
See, I feel like that's a fair assessment.
But then the enforcement of that was left very open to
Okay.
interpretation and like to varying degrees of success. I had already
Moved.
told them I was moving before Word From Everywhere came up.
You're
And
not
it was
the
not-
example I'm trying to say.
It was
My
not
example is more-
a certain yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was. It it almost didn't happen,
Oh, okay.
but
Yeah, who did you have
Preview
to talk to
Palooza
about that?
2001, 2020.
I'm just like
I was
finding random.
still working at Gimlet, so I had talked to the managing director
Gotcha.
of Gimlet because those studios in New York were not. Chris didn't manage those studios.
Right.
I managed
Okay.
those
Okay,
studios.
cool.
So when I came over, the studios came over with me. That was like part of the deal, which made way more sense. So
Yeah.
I was managing 13 studios, 12 people, and partner production post process. It's too many things for one person.
Yeah.
What else do we need for today? I'm curious. So, like, how you saying with, like, the graphics engineer, or whatever? How would that be connected to this? So, like that you were saying, we wouldn't need to do it all in OBS, right? Like, this would just be sending it.
I think
How
if you ever needed to do live graphics, we should have to have a conversation about what that engine's gonna be. But if for now, I think the best thing would be you would have a share with all your graphics in it, and prior to the show, like all the like any kind of blocking or anything else you're doing at the show, you'd be like, I know what kind of graphics that I need to have for this. Like the host will have his, or whatever it is. Anything new, you have your base graphics and any kind of new stuff that you're gonna do for that show. Most likely, you have it ready to go. But it probably won't. Those graphics won't be touched like till the show's done and you prep for the next show.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
mid-show going, I want this graphic, because
Yeah.
it won't be loaded into the show.
Does OBS have like this social media thing? You know what I'm talking about? Where like people will bring in like, here's what people are saying on Twitter about this thing, like ahead of the NFL games or whatever. Does it have that feature?
I don't know off the top of my head.
There has to be a way to, like, if it's not in OBS, it's like bringing in a source that's like something that does that.
Like a plugin.
Yeah.
Bringing in like
Yeah,
a
it's-
mirror or something like even a live Twitter feed.
Yeah.
I'm just
Oh.
thinking for the style show, they might want stuff like that. But.
I don't know if the company does it, but they do it for video, which is what we used to use at Vice, and they'd use it for the Daily Show. They use Snapstream, and you're able to query any kind of text that you want, and it will pull any. It has a recording of every show that's been out there, and you just query the like sentence that you want, and
Yeah,
it'll just
a
give
pull
you the
clip.
clip, a licensed clip
Yeah.
for that, and you can just play it. And you can do it on the fly too, which is great.
I think that FanDuel TV is already using that for
Okay, cool.
other shows that they're doing.
That was like our secret sauce for a while. Once we realized, I think we hired like someone that from the Daily Show, and then they showed us that, and we're like, oh,
Yeah.
this is amazing.
Yeah.
And then we just paid for that.
Yeah. Have you guys watched FanDuel TV ever?
No.
I can't say that I haven't.
A lot of horse racing.
A lot of horse racing.
Lot
That
of
makes
horse
sense.
Shit. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they got those rights locked down.
Is that what their go-to thing is? They're just doing.
It's like it's like horse
Okay.
racing and like other racing, like motor racing that's not like NASCAR or
Okay.
F1. you know
Right,
what I
like
mean?
motocross.
Yeah, just
Powerboats.
I mean, I don't have cable, so I don't tune in that often. Either.
Is
Oh, I didn't realize it was actually cable. I thought it was just.
I know it's only
online.
like
anything can
thing.
be on cable now. It's weird. It's
Yeah.
like,
yeah, it's
I
like
thought
it's
it was
probably
just-
like
I
a
thought it was just like
Samsung
a-
exclusive channel or
I don't know.
something.
It had, like all of a sudden,
Red
like,
Bull
Newsmax
TV, yeah.
was just like on DirecTV, and it's like, how did this like?
Oh, sorry about that. Got you right now. Video machine here. I'm trying to remember where the Pro Tools computer lives without losing the rack of vision.